lovely YouTube family, what's going on? Welcome back to another video here on our channel Celeb Focus. In today's video, we are going to talk about Caitlyn Jenner's outbursting thoughts on Kris Jenner. But before we begin, make sure to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Also press the bell icon to receive our latest updates. Alright, let's begin. Caitlyn Jenner, born on October 28, 1949, is an American media personality and retired Olympic gold medal winner. Under the unofficial title of the greatest athlete in the world, Jenner has established a career in television, auto racing, and as a Playgirl cover model. Speaking of Kris Jenner, she was born on November 5, 1955, and is an American media personality, socialite, and businesswoman. Kris garnered attention by starring in the reality series Keeping Up with the Kardashians. She has 4 children from her first marriage to attorney Robert Kardashian and 2 children from her second marriage to retired Olympic medalist and TV personality Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn has been off the media radar for a while, but now she's back and has something to say about Kris and the rest of the Kardashian clan. Kris and Caitlyn announced their separation 8 years ago on October 8, 2013. They released a joint statement to Entertainment saying that we live apart and that we are much happier that way, but we will always have a lot of love and respect for each other. Even if we are separated, we will always be best friends. Yes, that doesn't sound that good. Well, because it's not just Kris and Caitlyn who aren't best friends anymore. There is hardly any talk these days, and although many fans thought Kris and Caitlyn's marriage went smoothly until the time when Caitlyn claimed she was a transgender woman, the truth is, these two have gone through many ups and downs over the course of their 20-year relationship. After Kris's first husband, Robert Kardashian, found out that Kris was having an affair with 23-year-old soccer player Todd Waterman, he decided to divorce her and cut all her credit cards, leaving her penniless. But Kris wasted no time, and as soon as their divorce was announced, his friend gave him a blind date with Caitlyn, who was then known as Bruce Jenner and was a retired Olympic gold medalist. After just 5 months of dating, Kris and Caitlyn got married and joined their 2 families. They both have 4 children. Kris from her marriage to Robert Kardashian, and Caitlyn from her 2 previous marriages to Christy Scott and Linda Thompson. And obviously, Kris and Caitlyn had 2 other children together who are basically their daughters, Kendall and Kylie. Kris and Caitlyn initially made money traveling across the country, with Caitlyn giving motivational speeches and Kris acting as their manager, but then someone suggested to Kris that her family should try for a reality show, and from then she didn't look back. When Keeping Up with the Kardashians premiered on October 14, 2007, it gained instant popularity and became one of the longest-running reality TV shows in the history of the US. Fans have watched Kris and Caitlyn handle the good and bad aspects of their married life. Even though there was occasional on-screen bickering, it was nothing compared to what was happening behind the scenes until Caitlyn decided to throw the bomb on April 24, 2015. Caitlyn came out as a trans woman in an exclusive interview with Diane Sawyer and revealed that she struggled with her gender dysphoria from an early age. The real truth about Kris and Caitlyn's marriage began to slowly emerge as the media praised Caitlyn as a trans champion. Kris was furious at his first awkward encounter with Caitlyn, shown in an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and many fans at the time accused Caitlyn of being mean and arrogant. Honestly, it looked like Kris was really hurt by Caitlyn's behavior. Caitlyn kept talking about Kris and disdained his feelings. Meanwhile, Kris, on the other hand, claimed she had no idea about her husband and was battling gender dysphoria, and accused Caitlyn of tearing up the family. In her June 2015 interview with Vanity Fair, Caitlyn shared her thoughts on Kris. She said, "For the first 15 years, I felt he needed me most because I was the breadwinner of the family. When Caitlyn became a popular figure in the media, she started directing the entire show and was getting paid for it. From that point of view, the relationship was changing its directions." Caitlyn also went on to say that everyone who saw the show realized she was being mistreated because Kris was regulating her accounts. However, Kris claimed that Caitlyn wasn't happy because she was struggling with her gender identity and not because someone was abusing her. Bruce was married to her, however, according to her, he wasn't someone who people thought he was. Kris said, adding that all he was doing was working so hard for my family so that all of us could have a wonderful future. Kris also claimed that Caitlyn never bothered to explain her gender dysphoria to him until after the divorce, calling it the most passive-aggressive thing he has ever experienced. So what happened after that awkward first meeting? Well, although they both initially argued that there were no hard feelings between them, Kris and Caitlyn no longer seem to be on very good terms. Caitlyn said, "I'm not talking about the side of the family. I've spent 20 years of my life with those kids. It's hard to talk about. It's really sad. I've lost all relationships with them. Yes, I don't talk to any of them anymore." Looking back to 2021, it appears that Caitlyn still holds a grudge against Kris. Caitlyn recently appeared on the Australian reality show Big Brother VIP, and in a deleted scene from the show, she revealed that she had once thought about asking Kris and her daughters to leave to go to Ellen's show. Caitlyn explained that her problems with Ellen started when Ellen asked her about her views on gay marriage. He said, "There are a lot of Republicans that I don't want to talk about. Everyone would stand against all issues. You know that you, as a woman, as a trans person, would like someone to support. I agree that these things are common in some transgenic marriage cases." Later on, Caitlyn told her older brother's roommates that agreed to join Ellen's talk show was just to help raise money for a trans student who was an Ellen fan. She said Ellen told her that "I will only do it if you will be a part of the show." Caitlyn said Ellen suddenly brought up the topic of gay marriage during a work break. Caitlyn said she groped for his answer because she simply didn't know the subject at the time, and added that she looked back. According to Caitlyn, Ellen never apologized to her and instead went on to invite other members of the Kardashian Jenner family to her show. But Ellen's entire situation isn't the only reason Caitlyn and Kris's relationship remained shaky. In another Big Brother VIP video, Caitlyn said that "From my point of view, our relationship is not as good as it should be. I have no resentment towards him. We have done a great job on this, and yes, I wish it was closer, but it wasn't like that." When another guy asked Caitlyn if Kris had any doubts about her, Caitlyn responded by saying, "I think that's an understatement." According to Kris, he talked about his relationship with Caitlyn in an interview for WSJ Magazine last April and described her as very respectful. Kris said, "You are the father of my 2 children, and that showcases everything." However, Kris still states that Caitlyn's transition was a total shock to her and the rest of the family. He said, "I think one of the most interesting things we all learned was that none of us had ever experienced anything similar in a million years, and we didn't know how to define it, but it was a long process. It was a shock, and then it became a reality, and it was something we had to absorb and try to understand and learn." Knowing now that she was struggling to accept herself, fans have shown more sympathy for Caitlyn's behavior. As one person mentioned, some of Caitlyn's negative behavior on the show could be explained by her insecurity and how she was treated. As far as the fans were concerned, it looks like most of them are siding with Kris on this issue, as they are claiming that Caitlyn is desperate for attention. That's why she's mentioning Kris and his family members. Some people are referring to these things as an offense. They have called for a boycott of the Kardashians program and their products, although Caitlyn said the drama was over the top and never asked or waited for her family to be there. Alright, that's it for today. What are your thoughts on this whole scenario between Kris Jenner and Caitlyn Jenner? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos. Till then, take care, goodbye, thanks for watching.